Ladies and ladies and ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the class of 2022? Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the class of 2022?
Let us pray. Our Holy One, we want to enter into your presence with hearts full of thanksgiving and gratitude right now. You have given us a home in Converse and a family that we did not know before coming here. You have cultivated in us a spirit that is eager to practice the skill set we have learned here in our other communities. Thank you for bringing us here, for taking us on a journey that has helped us grow far more than we thought capable. Yours is the glory. Amen. Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good morning. I am Dr. Boone Hopkins, President of Converse University. On behalf of our trustees, faculty, and staff, I welcome you to the 2022 Converse Undergraduate Commencement. Today, we celebrate the hard work, perseverance, maturation, and ultimately the success of you, our Converse students. At this moment, on this day, we pause, we dress in regalia, we process in our finery to the traditional pomp and circumstance, and we note your incredible accomplishments. Your accomplishments enrich our community and inspire us to continuously seek, discover, and share knowledge. You embody our Converse values of excellence, exploration, and progress. You are creative thinkers, passionate advocates, and transformative leaders. You are game changers. And that is why we are here today, to celebrate you. Now, commencement ceremonies are inevitably bittersweet. They are moments of contradictions, getting together to say goodbye, being proud of what you have done while looking ahead to all that you hope to do. So today, as we unite with our community, friends, and family to celebrate this special milestone in your lives, we know that the joy is inevitably tempered with sadness. We look to the future while also remembering the past. We mark the completion of a journey while starting a new adventure. Commencement is one of those rare moments in life that is both an end and a beginning. Today, we mark the incredible triumph of your successful work at Converse, and at the same time, we celebrate your early career and graduate school successes. Today, graduates, is a day to fill up your cup with love and pride and all the joy that Converse has for you. And we couldn't be more honored to celebrate each one of you. Now, graduates, allow me a moment to tell you a little bit about yourselves. There are 172 seniors being recognized today and graduating with an undergraduate degree. 57 of you are first-generation college students. As the first in your family to graduate, you charted a course that will transform your life. And I know there were moments of difficulty as you blazed this new trail. I would like to personally congratulate you on this incredible achievement. Your investment in college will reap rewards for you throughout your life, and its value will continue to grow with time. 13 of you are Converse II students and are non-traditional students who had the courage and tenacity to return to college to complete your undergraduate degrees. That is remarkable. 49 of you took on the challenge of not only being students, but also athletes, where you competed as proud Valkyries. Yes. 13 of you have earned 2 undergraduate degrees during your time here, a most impressive undertaking. And 20 of you are receiving degrees with multiple majors. 3 of you are Converse International students. 5 of you went to France this Jan term to study chemistry and art, and 1 of you studied in Scotland last fall at the University of Glasgow with the Nisbet Honors Program. 72% of you participated in service opportunities on and off campus. 68% of you participated in some form of student organization, and 46% of you were involved in leadership roles on our campus. Almost half of you held an internship while at Converse, and 42% of you have job placements waiting for you at organizations such as Ford Motor Credit Company, Walt Disney Company, the United States Army, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg and Pitt County, North Carolina school districts, Richland School District, the South Carolina Department of Education, the Spartanburg and Greenville County K-12 school districts, MEP Incorporated Engineering, Design for Downtown in Greenville, Professional Business Interiors in Asheville, Hub City Hospitality, Drew's Greenhouse, the Spartanburg Little Theater, the Children's Museum of the Upstate, Rockwell Medical, Explore Up Close Spartanburg, Await Surrogate Center in Greer, Paint Love in Atlanta, TD Cinex in Greenville, and many, 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 many more. 20% of you are continuing your education with your graduate studies at Brown University, Cornell University, the Peabody Institute at Johns Hopkins University, George Washington University, the University of Georgia, Georgia Institute of Technology, Western Carolina University, Florida State University, Liberty University, the Mercer University, a College of Pharmacy, Medical University of South Carolina, Columbia College, Clemson University, Winthrop University, the University of South Carolina Upstate, Charleston Southern University, and the best of all, some of you are staying right here to complete your graduate degrees at Converse University. And 2 of you are graduating as the first male undergraduate students here at Converse. Stephen Greer is our first-generation undergraduate male student. Stephen was active in our first-generation programming and participated in our model programs. And Jimmy Sanders is our first male athlete undergraduate student. Jimmy was a presidential ambassador and has been instrumental in leading our Black Student Union. Both of these men paved the way in our pilot class in the fall of 2021 and have taken the lead in shaping the male experience for their peers and for future generations. As we celebrate all of these many accomplishments, it's important to note the historic situation that your class went through and the impact it had on your lives. Your last 2 years of college were completely disrupted due to the pandemic. You started Converse when we were Converse College, an all-women's institution, and you are graduating from Converse University, now a co-educational institution. Those of you who are a part of the Converse College for Women this year embraced your new traditions, community events, and women-centered programming that is at the historic heart of Converse. You are leading the way for a new generation of students at Converse. What a joy it was to return to fully in-person celebrations in the fall of 2021, your final undergraduate year at Converse. And we were able to celebrate together your last convocation, 1889 week, Founders Day, and Celebration Week as students. When you return to campus to attend these events and other events in the future, you will now be part of our esteemed alumni community. Today, I urge you to consider just how strong you have become during your time here at Converse. German theologian, philosopher, physician, and humanitarian Albert Schweitzer wrote, quote, "One who gains strength by overcoming obstacles possesses the only strength which can truly overcome adversity." You are here. You have persevered, and you made it to today. As I look back at how far you come, I am awed by your ability to adapt, your spirit of community, and your resilience in the face of uncertainty. This will always be your Converse home, and we hope you will return to it many times in the future. Wherever your journey takes you, we are proud of you and what you have accomplished here at Converse. Graduates, congratulations. And now I am honored to welcome to the podium the chair of the Board of Trustees for Converse University and graduate of the class of 1978, Sandra Charos Morelli.
Good morning. On behalf of the trustees of Converse University, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 130th commencement. And I want to extend a very special welcome to our commencement speaker, Red Cross President and CEO, Gail McGovern. To the graduating seniors, you have invested yourselves fully and with great enthusiasm. That has prepared you for this day, and it's prepared you well for the road ahead. As you leave today with your degree in hand, take pride in knowing that your determination and grit has paid off. Throughout your time here, the members of the Board of Trustees have also been at work, oftentimes behind the scenes. We've been working to ensure that Converse fulfills its mission of enabling students to see clearly, decide wisely, and act justly. And just like you, we share a deep respect and an abiding love for this institution. Now, commencement at Converse is a truly joyous occasion. I know you all think 1978 was a really long time ago, but I remember it well. And as a fellow Pink Panther, I remember all of the joy that we had on that day. So I hope you're gonna have a wonderful day with your families and friends. Take time to revel in this extraordinary moment. Have faith in your ability to give the best that is within you. We all look forward to seeing how you make your mark out there in the world. Congratulations and enjoy your new adventure. Thank you.
Good morning. It is my honor today to introduce to you our keynote speaker, President and CEO of the American Red Cross, Gail McGovern. Gail McGovern earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Johns Hopkins University and an MBA from Columbia University, and has since been recognized as Alumna of the Year from both universities. Prior to joining the Red Cross, McGovern served as a faculty member at the Harvard Business School, and earlier had served as president of Fidelity Personal Investments, a unit of Fidelity Investments. She was also executive vice president at AT&T for the Consumer Markets Division, the company's largest business unit, and was responsible for its $26 billion residential long-distance service. Since joining the American Red Cross as president and CEO in 2008, she has taken a strong leadership role at the nation's leading emergency response and blood services organization. Under her direction, the Red Cross has become more effective in fulfilling its mission and is better prepared to face current and future challenges. Her transformational initiatives have led to improved financial stability and have expanded the reach of life-saving Red Cross services. McGovern has initiated extensive modernization projects at the Red Cross. Among them are an overhaul of Red Cross IT systems and the growth of the organization's leadership in social media and mobile technologies. including the introduction of a series of free apps that put life-saving skills at people's fingertips during emergencies. During her tenure, McGovern has overseen the American Red Cross response to multiple high-profile disasters across the country and around the world, including Hurricane Sandy in 2012, Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria in 2017, as well as the multitude of tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, home fires, and other local disasters that affect our country each year. And more recently, as you might have heard, she was at the helm for the organization's response to the global pandemic. McGovern is currently a member of the Board of Trustees for Johns Hopkins Medicine. She also serves on the Board of Directors of DTE Energy and PayPal. In 2000 and 2001, she was recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful women in corporate America. For her extraordinary humanitarian and philanthropic impact on our communities, our society, and our nation, Converse University is proud to bestow upon Sandra Gail J. McGovern the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. At this time, I would like to ask President Hopkins and soon to be Dr. McGovern to come to the podium.
Sandra Gail J. McGovern, by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University and under the laws of the state of South Carolina, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Such an honor to be here, and I am so proud of all of you for hitting this remarkable milestone. Thank you, President Hopkins, Provost Medford, the trustees, faculty, administrators, and staff. Like I said, it is such an honor to be with you today, and I am deeply grateful for this tremendous opportunity. And I want to start by giving my heartfelt congratulations to all the graduating students and your families. I know from personal experience what a tremendous achievement it is that you've accomplished. And getting a degree under any circumstances is difficult, but given all the challenges that you faced during these past few years, your accomplishments are absolutely amazing. The pandemic was unlike anything we could have expected, and I'm terribly sorry that much of your college experience probably wasn't exactly what you planned. But I'm also so proud of all of you who are celebrating your graduation in spite of the challenges. You've learned how to adapt and how to deal with obstacles in an extremely difficult environment. And I suspect that many of you discovered that you could dig deep and do things that you never thought were possible. Those skills are going to serve you well because people and organizations that embrace change and adapt, those are the ones that flourish. During COVID, the American Red Cross had to change. We had to adapt. We had no choice. Lives were at stake. When COVID hit, institutions shut down, and part of our mission is to provide hospitals with blood products, and we collect about half of our life-saving blood at businesses and on college campuses. And there were tons of closures and cancellations, and we were facing a blood shortage, which would have been another health crisis on top of COVID. And we had to quickly pivot to collect blood products in large venues like sports arenas and hotel ballrooms so we could socially distance and keep our donors and our staff safe. We also respond to disasters by providing food, shelter, comfort, and hope. These past 2 years have been the worst stretch for natural disasters in recent history. Endless hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, wildfires. We put people who lost their homes in hotel rooms instead of in large shelters like we normally do to avoid the spread of COVID. And this was by far the most challenging stretch for the Red Cross that I've experienced in my tenure. But our team adapted so we could be there for people in their darkest hours. And as we look to the future, the Red Cross is continuing to adapt as we deal with climate change. We're also strengthening our capacity to respond to the increasing frequency and scale and velocity of natural disasters. And we're working to enhance preparedness and resiliency, especially in our nation's most vulnerable communities. And we're making strides at the Red Cross to reduce our own environmental footprint and become a greener organization. And sadly, as you would expect, we're also working to meet the growing humanitarian challenges in Ukraine and in the bordering countries as they deal with an influx of refugees. It's just heartbreaking. Adapting and changing isn't always easy, but it's absolutely essential for the Red Cross to continue to fulfill our mission. Throughout my career, I have learned that leaders and organizations that adapt, embrace change, and model optimism can overcome hardship. The institutions that don't may be left behind. By embracing change, you'll likely make a mistake now and then. Sometimes you lay bets and the plans just don't work. The key is to admit your mistake and course correct very quickly. And I have seen some leaders fail because they develop these elegant strategic plans that may not work. But they don't modify the plans because they don't want to admit they were wrong in the first place. I believe course correcting quickly, being resilient, being agile and adaptable, they're just as important as developing long-term strategic plans. And it also works in your personal life. It's okay to have a life plan, but life rarely unfolds the way we expect it to. Stuff happens. Just look at the last few years of the pandemic. Who could have imagined the changes and new challenges that we all had to face? As you move forward, it's important to keep in mind that life is an off-road adventure with obstacles all along the way. Sometimes the off-road adventure brings challenges, sometimes it brings joy, but you can't expect to have a smooth journey. That rarely happens. Personally, I didn't expect to have breast cancer twice. I planned to get pregnant, and that never happened. But I'm fully recovered from cancer, I'm stronger as a result, and I savor every single day since I lived through it. And even though I never could get pregnant, my husband and I adopted a baby girl who grew up to be a Fulbright scholar and is now a science writer at MIT. And I'm sorry for bragging about her. I can't help myself because I'm a mom. And I'm grateful for her every single day, too. And thank you. Now, I'm pretty sure that you didn't have living through a pandemic in your life plan, But here you are, rising above it and ready for the next challenge. I suspect you also have thought about a career plan. In fact, from what I heard from President Hopkins, you are really lining up a lot of interesting jobs, and it's great. But interestingly, the statistics show that people that graduate in 2022 will probably only be in that first job for a little over 2 years. And this is fine if you want to seek variety, if you love to job hop, more power to you. In fact, I firmly believe if you're not being challenged and you're not feeling a little bit scared, you're probably not learning and you're becoming stagnant. But if you're leaving the job because it doesn't feel right for you, I have some advice. Chances are when you pick a job, you're considering the perks, the benefits, the salary, the commute. Will they let you work from home remotely? And these things are really, really important. You're thinking about this with your head, which is great. But there's something else to consider, though. Pick a job not only with your head, but also with your heart. Ask yourself, do the people you'll work with have good values, and do they strive to do the right thing? Are they diverse thinkers? Do they embrace diversity? Do they solve problems differently from each other so they can help their teammates learn new perspectives and grow? When I hire, I always look for people who are not only smart, but also nice. And that might sound odd, but I have attracted a group of people who are mission-driven, they have each other's backs, and they love solving problems together. And they always attack a problem with different viewpoints. My leadership team has a strategic thinker, a brilliant operations manager, a strategist, an optimist, a contrarian, a pessimist, and I just love to sit back and hear them argue and debate and come up with brilliant solutions. And by the way, speaking of brilliant, our brilliant general counsel, Phyllis Harris, is part of this team, and she is an alum of Converse University and the former chair of the Board of Trustees at Converse. We are all really proud of her. You're going to be spending a lot of time with the people that you work with, so you want to enjoy being with them. If you don't, work is going to feel like a slog, and if you do, work will feel like a dream come true. Also, ask yourself, does the mission make your heart soar? And that doesn't mean you need to work at a nonprofit like the American Red Cross, although it really is cool. When I worked at AT&T, we were connecting businesses to the information that they needed. We were connecting people to the people that they love. And when I went to Fidelity Investments, we were making people's financial dreams come true, putting their kids through college, helping them retire. Everyone wants a higher purpose. They want to be part of something that is bigger than themselves. And just about every business and institution has a higher purpose if you look for it. So consider the job contact, consider the salary, consider the benefits, but also don't forget to consider the people you'll be working with and your higher purpose. Those are just as important as the perks. I sincerely hope that you all discover your higher purpose and that you enjoy and embrace every moment in your personal and professional lives. After these difficult few years, I know everyone is craving a sense of normalcy. Some of you might even have lost loved ones to COVID-19. These past years were certainly the most challenging in my lifetime, and I'm certain it was for all of you as well. A pandemic, civil unrest, countless natural disasters, and now a war. But here you are, graduating from Converse University, a major accomplishment, and one that should make you feel really, really proud. Savor this moment. Please savor this moment. You have demonstrated your resiliency, your tenacity, your adaptability. You overcame obstacles that no one could have imagined. You are strong. You are educated. You're an outstanding group of righteous women and 2 men. You are poised to do great things. So please enjoy every moment of your off-road adventure. And again, congratulations, class of 2022.
The cherry blossom tree is known throughout the world for its beautiful, delicate pink blossoms. The flowers are so adored that in many parts of the world, there are annual cherry blossom festivals that draw in millions of visitors annually just to get a chance to take a look at the blossoms. But on average, cherry blossom trees have a blooming period of about 2 weeks. Then their blossoms start to fall, and we must wait an entire year to see them again. Because of this, cherry blossom trees have come to represent a time of renewal and the transience of life. Just as we begin to fully appreciate the beauty of the blossoms and the coming of springtime, they fade away and leave us to wait another year. So why bother with them at all? Why not plant trees with blossoms that stick around just a little longer? The reason is this. The cherry blossom trees remind us that just because something is not permanent does not mean that it was not beautiful or fulfilling or worthwhile. Class of 22, look around the room at your peers. Not a single one of us is the same as we were when we first stepped onto this campus a few years ago. In fact, it's fair to say that for most of us, the Converse we agreed to come to looks nothing like the one that we are graduating from today. Change can be difficult. It can be painful and sudden and leave us grasping onto what we know, refusing to accept what is already in motion. But change can also be beautiful. 4 years ago, we sat in this room and listened to welcome speeches from people that we didn't know, surrounded by strangers. But now we get to call those same people our friends, our professors, our mentors, and maybe even our family. Buildings that we used to need a map to find are now our second homes, and some of us have spent more time in those buildings than we've spent in our own dorms. For 4 years, we've watched this campus grow and change. We've watched the quad turn brown in the fall and wait with anticipation for that happy day in March when it's suddenly green again. We've seen buildings be remodeled, professors retire and new ones take their place, and along the way we've maybe even managed to learn a thing or two. And now, just as we are really comfortable where we are, when we could probably walk campus blindfolded, they're telling us that it is time to leave and hit the road. Today, we'll get our degrees, take some pictures out front, get in our cars, and head away from campus to start the next season of our lives. Some of us might come back tomorrow, some of us might not come back for years, but either way, we recognize that a change is coming. We will never be the people that we are right now again. It'll be scary leaving a place that we've come to call home. It'll be scary starting new jobs, moving into new houses, and all of the challenges that come with adulthood. Leaving our friends and professors will hurt, but I don't think anyone here can say that it hasn't been worth it. Despite the heartbreak of knowing that our time at Converse is over, we all know that it has been a beautiful and certainly interesting journey. This is why, as a final goodbye to Converse, the class of 22 officers have decided to have a cherry blossom tree planted on campus. We hope that this tree with its beautiful and short-lived blossoms will inspire the next generation of Converse students to appreciate the beauty around them and to soak up every moment they can before it comes to an end. Class of 2022, I invite you to not run or hide from change, but to embrace it and to embrace every season of your life that is to come. There may be days where we feel like we may never blossom again, but remember that often the greatest things take the most time. I hope that whenever you see a cherry blossom tree in bloom, it reminds you of this place, and that though our time here was not permanent, it was no less beautiful. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Hi. I have the honor of presenting the Pi Kappa Lambda Award on behalf of the Rowe chapter of our Petrie School of Music. This award is presented to the graduating music student with the highest overall GPA. Our honoree this year is Christina Singletary. Christina, will you please join me on stage? Christina is an extraordinary scholar and musician, and in her 4 years at Converse, she has earned an overall GPA of 3.95, balancing countless hours in our practice rooms, rehearsals, and clinicals with thoughtful, engaged work in the classroom. Christina's 147 hours of earned credits are marred only by a grand total of 3 B+ over the course of 4 years. In addition to racking up all those A's in the music education curriculum, Christina earned a performance certificate and learned one of the title roles in January's Converse Opera Theater production of Hansel and Gretel. She successfully student taught in Spartanburg District 7 this past semester and is currently deciding exactly where she'll be teaching next year. Please join me in congratulating our 2022 Pi Kappa Lambda Award winner.
The Alfred C. Morgan Award is the highest academic honor given to a student in the arts and sciences. The award bears the name of Dr. Morgan, who served Converse from 1932 until 1959 as Professor of English and Dean of Administration. The memory of Dr. Morgan is associated with the noblest ideals of scholarly life. The award is given by the family of Dr. Morgan to the senior with the highest academic record in the College of now Humanities, Sciences, and Business. This year's winner, and please come to the stage, is Danielle Chloe Griffin. Chloe is receiving a BA in biology and a BS in mathematics. She has completed her coursework at Converse with a perfect 4.0 GPA and will be attending graduate school at Brown University in applied mathematics, fully funded, next year. Congratulations. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award was established in 1925 in memory of Mr. Sullivan, a Southerner who became a prominent lawyer, businessman, and philanthropist in New York in the late 19th century. The guidelines for the award state that in the selection of the recipient, nothing shall be considered except the possession of such characteristics of heart, mind, and conduct as evince a spirit of love for helpfulness to other men and women. This is a humanitarian award meant to recognize those who have selflessly given to others or have served others in some way. The award is meant to be a permanent reminder of the noblest human qualities as expressed and followed in the life of Algernon Sidney Sullivan, and to do so in a manner which will perpetuate the influence of such a man, not so much as an individual, but as a type. The prestigious Mary Mildred Sullivan Award and the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Service Award are given only by select representative institutions, of which Converse University is included. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan and Mary Mildred Sullivan Awards are presented at 29 of 30 of the grantee institutions. An additional 25 Southeastern colleges and universities present one or the other of these awards at commencements or honors day convocations. The Sullivan Awards are highly prized. In fact, the foundation seeks assurance as to the continuing significance of the awards as a criterion for maintaining the programs at each institution. The citations highlight the importance of service to others and service to the community, values that invariably relate directly to institutional purposes. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Service Award may be given to a member of the greater Converse community, recognizing unselfish service and dedication to sharing with others. I am now honored to present the 2022 recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Award and one of my very favorite people at Converse, Emeritus Professor of Education, Dr. Tom McDaniel. And now, Tom, you're going to have to listen to me say good things about you. Dr. McDaniel joined the faculty at Converse in 1971 as chair of the Department of Education and director of graduate studies. Over the years, Dr. McDaniel served Converse through many different roles. In 1984, he was named Charles A. Dana Professor of Education. In 1993-94, he served Converse as interim president and has also been acting dean of the Petrie School of Music, acting dean of the School of Graduate Studies, dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, vice president for academic affairs, and provost. Dr. McDaniel received his BA degree magna cum laude from Hampton-Sydney College and his MLA in Humanities, MAT in English, and PhD from the Johns Hopkins University. In all, he is a member of 12 national honorary fraternities and has been listed in Who's Who among students in American colleges and universities and Who's Who in America. Among Dr. McDaniel's 250-plus publications are 8 books and 35 textbook chapters, as well as articles in over 50 different journals of education, humanities, and the social sciences. He has served on the editorial boards of such professional journals as the Capstone Journal of Education, the Clemson Cap'n, and Academic Leader. Presently, he serves as executive editor for The Clearinghouse. He co-authored with Nan McDaniel and Sandra Thomas At Home in South Carolina, a social studies text adopted by the state in 1991, 1999, and 2005. His book, Dean's Dialogue, Lessons in Leadership, with Lynn Little, was published in 2002, and his School Law for South Carolina Educators, which has a prominent place on my bookshelf, was published in 2007. Many peers and former students remember Dr. McDaniel not only for his teaching and mentoring, but also for his dry sense of humor. Some will remember his penchant for having Yogi Berra quotes at the ready for any situation. He was even known to occasionally play Santa Claus with full suit and beard to celebrate Christmas on campus. In 2015, he received the Order of the Silver Crescent Award from Governor Nikki Haley, an award recognizing significant contributions to South Carolina and the region. Outside of the classroom, Dr. McDaniel served the Spartanburg community in a wide variety of leadership roles. He served as president of the board of directors of the Charles Lee Center, chairman of the Spartanburg County Commission on Excellence in Education, president of the South Carolina Society for the Study of Education, president of the Spartanburg Greenville chapter of Phi Delta Kappa, President of the South Carolina Independent College Dean's Council, President of the Piedmont Area Chapter of Phi Beta Kappa, Chairman of the South Carolina Center for Teacher Recruitment Policy Board, and Chairman of the Spartanburg County Board of Education. And most recently, as we became a doctorate-granting institution, the Outstanding Dissertation Award at Converse is named the McDaniel Award in his honor. So it is now my honor to present the 2022 Algernon Sidney Sullivan Community Award to Dr. Tom McDaniel, recognizing his unselfish service, contributions, and dedication to Converse and the greater Spartanburg community. And now probably the most important thing that a provost does, and I take my lead from Dr. McDaniel. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand? Sorry, not yet. Thank you, Brianna. That was lovely. I apologize. And now, will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand? President Hopkins, I have the honor to present these students who have been approved by the faculty as candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree.
By the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University, under the laws of the state of South Carolina, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. You may turn your tassels.
Will the candidates please approach the stage? Adara Joy Aho, summa cum laude. Kinsley Marie Allaire. Allison L. Allen. Rebecca Ryan Avakian. Rebecca is being hooded by her aunt, Stephanie Eldridge Avakian, class of 1999. Maria Ellen Barnes, cum laude. Erendi Irais Berrera. Summer Cheyenne Baxter, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Bradshaw. Madison Taylor Bish, magna cum laude. Sydney Isabel Burbage, summa cum laude. Bernardita Maria Caliera, cum laude. Eva Carballo, cum laude. Mary Catherine Caudell. Ivy Mae Collins, cum laude. Hannah Abigail Cook. Anna Grace Cornelius, magna cum laude. Brianna Lee Cowan. Gabrielle Carissa Cuevas. Brittany Taylor Thomas Colbreth. Ariana Stephanie Cumas Ortiz, cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Dancy. Gabrielle Ann Martin Darwin. Andrea M. Diaz, cum laude. Kelsey Hannah Elliott, cum laude. Kelsey is being hooded by her mother, Allison Elliott, class of 1991. Ashley Diane Frady. Abigail Caitlin Garvin, magna cum laude. Elisa Paige Galkey. Taylor Ann Goldfuss. Stephen Austin Greer, magna cum laude. Danielle Chloe Griffin, summa cum laude. Savannah Brooke Grigg, magna cum laude. Sydney Ray Grimes, magna cum laude. Marissa Irene Hegwood, cum laude. Nakira C. Hall. Tiana Renee Hall. Jessica Joy Labiade Lucille Hampton. Tanya Hogabuk Lugo. Abigail Carolyn Hott, cum laude. Mary Catherine Horton, magna cum laude. Jessica Nicole Howard, cum laude. Andy Brooke Hubbard, cum laude. Kaylee Huggins, cum laude. Deja Leanne Irizarry, cum laude. Emma Victoria Jameson. Emma is being hooded by her mother, Heidi Marita Baker Jameson, class of 1998. Natalie Scotland Jones. Caitlin Marie Keatley. Anna Maria King, magna cum laude. Amen. Stephanie Marie Kirk, cum laude. Anastasia S. Korakova. New Lei. Lee. Delaney Morgan Leslie, magna cum laude, and Delaney is being hooded by her mother, Dawn Schwab Leslie, class of 1992. Anna Catherine Bailey Long, summa cum laude. Anna Catherine is being hooded by her mother, Donna Bailey Long, class of 1986. Brittany Leigh Long, cum laude. Brittany Long, cum laude. Alyssa Corrine Liu. Neely Parker Matt. Alicia June McComas. Chelsea Kanae McDonald. Brooklyn Diana McElrath, cum laude. Madeline Olivia Merrill, cum laude. Karen Jasmine Mims, cum laude. Sarah Rose Morgan. Ellen Mary Nardella. Haley Mackenzie Nitz, cum laude. Hannah Christine Norton, summa cum laude. Ashley Reagan Owens, magna cum laude. Emily Kate Painter. Catherine Grace Paw, magna cum laude. Amaris Pastrana, cum laude. Ali Marie Patillo, cum laude. Michelle Lee Pearson, cum laude. Holly Elizabeth Porter. Morgan Bethany Mame Porter, cum laude. Martha Clue Quattlebaum. Natalia Tech Rabuski. Madeline Rose Reeves. Lillian Myra Rinda. Heaven Leigh Robinson. Taylor Ashley Rodriguez. Brianna Caitlin Sanchez, cum laude. Leslie Nicole Sanchez, summa cum laude. Jimmy Lee Sanders. Anna Blair Seebeck, cum laude. Somerset Sadie Sewell, cum laude. Somerset is being hooded by her mother, Christine Lewis Sewell, class of 2003 and 2005. Taisha Rochelle Sitton. Catherine Grace Sperling, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Jeanette Stevens. Allie Catherine Stockman, summa cum laude. Kara Stokes. Megan Brooke Stribble. Elizabeth Peyton Suttles, cum laude. Jada LaShawn Thomas, summa cum laude. Melanie Pennington Thomas, summa cum laude. Kaylin Zabrina Tollison, summa cum laude. Ryan Destiny Travis. Grayson Mary Tucker. Alexis Profeto Tours. Maria Belen Vendrell, summa cum laude. Michaela Ventura Morales. Cameron Alyssa Wales, magna cum laude. Isabella Jade Walker. Rebecca Marion Walker. Megan Brittany Waters, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Watts. Lydia Claire Weber. Caroline Merritt Welch. Haley Carolyn Welch. Kiana Sharon Williams, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Williamson. Samantha Nicole Willis, magna cum laude. Charity Zakiria Winston. Ivy Catherine Wood, cum laude. Madison Grace Blankenship Yocklin. Elizabeth Morgan Yohe. Caitlin Brianna Yu, magna cum laude. Chloe S. Young, magna cum laude. And Shayla Ann Youngdale.
Please help me in congratulating all our Bachelor of the Arts recipients. Cameron, will you please rejoin the platform party? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? President Hopkins, I have the honor to present these students who have been approved by the faculty as candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University, under the laws of the state of South Carolina, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. You may turn your tassels.
Valentina Aparicio, summa cum laude. Erendi Ires Barrera. Dominique Christine Booth, cum laude. Lavang Bowie, cum laude. Chang Chung. Mary Owens Davidson, summa cum laude. Mary Owens is being hooded by her mom, Melissa Owens, Associate Professor of Theater. Caroline Schuler Hunt Felkel. Isabel Elitzel Escamilla Fuentes. Victoria Kathleen Fulton. Danielle Chloe Griffin, summa cum laude. Chen Yuen Ji. Ari M. Jones. Gri Lin. Lee Grace Magaha. Haley Mackenzie Nitz, cum laude. Bridget Nicole Patterson. Tara Krista Pettit Bakoven. Abigail Kate Posey, cum laude. Abigail is being hooded by her sister, Caroline Posey, class of 2020. Emma Caroline Reed, magna cum laude. Evan Lee Robinson. Savannah Ashley Rogers, summa cum laude. Chloe Brianne Smith, cum laude. Paige Nicole Smith. Maria Belen Vendrell, summa cum laude. Megan Brittany Waters, magna cum laude. Wen Ting Yao.
Bachelor of Science recipients. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree please stand? President Hopkins, I have the honor to present these students who have been approved by the faculty as candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University, under the laws of the state of South Carolina and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. You may turn your tassels.
Catherine Lucille Seva. Allison K. Fisher, magna cum laude. Abigail Caitlin Garvin, magna cum laude. Mary Connor Kitchens, cum laude. Mary Connor is being hooded by her mother, Julia Kitchens, class of 2002. Mary Connor is the granddaughter of Janice Jones, class of 1982, and the niece of Jotana Jones, class of 1997. Aubrey Lane Miles, cum laude. Michaela Marie Nunn, magna cum laude. Jordan Faith Onifer. Deja Nicole Quiller, cum laude. Kaylee Nicole Taylor, cum laude. Faith Elaine Toll, cum laude. Sarah Grace Westmoreland, summa cum laude. Kamari Sanaya Wright.
Please join me in congratulating all of the recipients of the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music degree please stand? President Hopkins, I have the honor to present these students who have been approved by the faculty as candidates for the Bachelor of Music degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University, under the laws of the state of South Carolina and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Music, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. You may turn your tassels.
Hannah Christelle Cheatham, cum laude. Hannah Grace Staggerhart, magna cum laude. Chelsea Jameson Dura, magna cum laude. Adia Amia Horton, cum laude. Juliana Morgan Keller. Tisha Cosmas. Sarah Elizabeth Martin. Sarah McKeithen Monroe, cum laude. Lana Hope Peterson, magna cum laude. Brianna Taylor Scardesi. Christina Gabrielle Singletary, summa cum laude. Taryn Elizabeth Spires, cum laude.
Please join me in congratulating all the recipients of the Bachelor of Music degree. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Musical Arts degree please stand? President Hopkins, I have the honor to present these students who have been approved by the faculty as candidates for the Bachelor of Musical Arts degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Converse University, under the laws of the state of South Carolina, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Musical Arts, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. You may turn your tassels.
Rochelle Micah Kennard. Daly Jean Allen Pruitt.
Please join me in congratulating both of the recipients of the Bachelor of Musical Arts degree. And now I would like to welcome Libby Tilson to the podium.
Good morning. I think it's morning. I am Libby Tilson, a proud graduate of the class of 1979 and President-elect of the Converse Alumni Board. I greet you on behalf of the Converse Alumni Association. I'm delighted to be here with you in person and to share in this very, very special occasion. As a student here at Converse, you were empowered to become transformative leaders who see clearly, decide wisely, and act justly. Now your future as Converse alum is here. To that I say, congratulations. You did it. Your hard work and your dedication paid off. Today you are hereby inducted into the Converse University Alumni Association. You join a fierce, proud, and loyal family of alumni. You join a global network of alumni who collectively create an impression of the Converse graduate for the entire world. You are what others believe our alma mater to be. You are the sum of your past accomplishments and future achievements. The way in which you conduct your life is a reflection of the educational ideals acquired here at Converse. As our newest inductees, we welcome your involvement and participation in our association. And I will gladly recommend a few tasks to ensure your love of Converse remains as strong and true as it is today. First, display your diploma. This way, friends, family, and coworkers can know your Converse education and connection. I proudly display mine in my office, which often prompts an opportunity to talk about Converse. Just know that you can never display too many Wilson Towers. Secondly, reach out to your alumni director and connect with a local Converse chapter. Challenge yourself to go to an alumni event in your town, or just find a fellow Converse alum and in your town and grab a coffee. Thirdly, stay close to your Converse friends. That's easier said than done, but it means everything. Your first reunion is next summer and will be here before you know it. We hope you will all come back to Converse, and I'm sure you will feel like you haven't missed a beat. Finally, I encourage you to make a gift in support of your alma mater. Do so out of loyalty to the place you invested 4 years of your life. Whether you immediately feel the value of your degree or not, Converse has shaped you. Give back in honor of an inspiring faculty member, the family who supported your education, or for the incoming freshmen who follow in your footsteps. As you show your love to Converse, it will love you right back. I continue to meet new friends from all generations. I make business and networking connections. I find opportunities for my community and resources to share because of Converse. You have the chance to gain all this and more with just a bit of engagement. Please let Converse know your whereabouts and accomplishments. We want to celebrate you, support you, and keep you informed of the exciting things happening at your alma mater. I wish each of you the best in your postgraduate endeavors. Relish this moment, and welcome to the alumni family.
Thank you, Libby. Graduation is all about endings and beginnings. You finish your degree, but you start with a new credential. Whether you undertook your program of study to start a career, gain a quality liberal arts education, investigate a field of study, or enhance your talents, you have achieved a major accomplishment. You may be looking at becoming a therapist, a teacher, an accountant, a thespian, or attending graduate school, or resting for a bit as an alumna or an alumnus before you decide on the next phase of your life. You will be looking ahead, But I hope you will also be looking behind a little and remembering the good things about Converse. Your classmates, your instructors, your advisors and mentors, the incredibly lovely campus. Graduation can be a time of nostalgia, and I think that's good. Higher education should be looked back upon fondly because, as we all know, sometimes when we're right in the middle of it, we are not so fond. Papers, exams, deadlines, dare I say it, Zoom. On top of, for some, employment, athletic conditioning, for all of us, laundry, perhaps grocery shopping, life. And not so long ago, remember the relentless pursuit of paper products? Then gasoline, which recently has gotten very expensive. Washing your hands while singing childhood songs, waiting online to be tested, and then to be vaccinated and boosted, but you did it. You have completed your degree requirements, and you are finished. You and your loved ones should be very proud. As John Donne said, more or less, no man or woman is an island, we are all a part of the Main. And our Main is conveniently located on East Main Street, Converse. You belong to something bigger than an island. It has a long and proud tradition, and you are all a part of that now. For some of you, you are legacies with mothers, grandmothers, sisters, or aunts who have attended Converse. As many people have said, no one can take away your education. It resides in your head even more than it does in a piece of paper or in a credential. You leave Converse a more educated and, I hope, a better person. Better because you can use what you have learned here to help others and improve lives. Go forth and conquer. Conquer ignorance. Conquer small-mindedness. Conquer the darkness and bring the light. That is what I believe it means to be a Converse graduate, regardless of the circumstances. Congratulations. Enjoy your day and your accomplishments.
Let us pray together again. Holy One, we are leaving these doors as entrepreneurs, designers, musicians, scientists, teachers, accountants, performers, mathematicians, and so many more things. Whatever it is we are doing, and whoever it is we are becoming, may we always remember who has carried us through it all. My prayer is that we are leaving wiser, stronger, and kinder than we came. May we soar on wings like eagles as we chase after the love of our hearts. May his blessings be upon you. Amen.